Hello everyone, and welcome back yet again to 20 Years of Resident Evil. As always, I am your vivacious host, Lady Naga.
As always, I'm the dumb one, Rosetta.
And together today, we've got a new friend for the LP. Please introduce yourselves, get comfortable. This is Mr. Logan.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in to 20 Years of Let's Play Resident Evil. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. What's your experience with Resident Evil as a series?
Actually, not much with Resident Evil. My dad was more of the Resident Evil guy, but as for Devil May Cry, I have been into that in particular. It's been a long time since I've really sort of gotten myself into the Resident Evil, and actually that might be a good thing, because it gives me a chance to sort of, you know, get into it at a later age, whereas most people sort of seem strayed by it nowadays with a lot of the modern things that are coming out. So hopefully, you know, sometime in the future I'll be able to go back and actually experience them as they were meant to be played, and I'm looking forward to that. And these Let's Play videos you've been uploading have really been giving me a good view on what the games have really been a part of in the gaming world.
Yeah, I kind of undersold it. I forgot to introduce what game we're playing. We're playing Devil May Cry for the PlayStation 2. And why are we playing Devil May Cry, I might hear you ask. Rosetta, are you asking that?
Why are we playing this game? Why is its name Sparta? It's Sparta, you idiot.
Yeah,
I know why.
So it's a very persistent rumor. It's a very common piece of trivia that the very first gameplay draft for Resident Evil 4, because there were story drafts before then, but the very first thing that they made for Resident Evil 4 ended up not playing or really sounding or looking or feeling anything like Resident Evil. So they didn't want to scrap the project or anything, so they decided to instead make it a totally new IP, and they made Devil May Cry out of that original gameplay.
I can't seem to get any real business. Whoa, slow down, babe.
Yeah, it's smoking hot, babe. Get out of my shop.
We're closed.
In the back.
So I don't know how much of the original idea for this game as a Resident Evil game has transferred over to what this is now, because normally that doesn't really.
I only take special
poster.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, man.
I think it's very heavily transferred itself through the atmosphere of the game, because a lot of what I see in the first one, I see very, I wouldn't say lackluster, I'd say it's very much changed in the later games in this series, whereas this one remains sort of like the gothic standhold of the series.
Yeah, it's really weird to replay this and really get an idea for how different it is to 3 and especially 4. Oh, there's some weird desync happening. That was weird.
Oh, everyone's played this.
I haven't. The only one I've played is a little bit of 3.
Yeah, I don't know why this is all desync, but whatever.
That's her dark magic. I'm saying, hey, this is a Resident Evil Let's Play. Aye, you can't do it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Time to go to work, guys.
He didn't even move those guns. He has immaculate recoil control.
Oh, he's a demon.
Oh, okay.
Even as a child, I had powers.
These guns are an extension of my arm.
This is some really good top-notch voice acting.
You were the first one to know about my vengeance. Looks like I'm getting closer.
Yeah, this Dante is Canadian as hell.
Is this voice actor Canadian?
He's gotta be.
Every voice actor. Be surprising. I've never really thought about that.
Every voice actor in the mid-2000s was Canadian because Vancouver was a big place for aspiring voice actors, and they were cheap and plentiful.
I'm gonna look this up later. Oh, I'm interested.
Most of the Resident Evil voice actors were, for the longest time, Canadian. I don't know if they still are.
Really?
Are we just gonna no-sell those eye close-ups that meant nothing?
Oh, it meant something.
We've seen crazier stuff in these videos.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. His powers were sealed by Sparta. He's attempting
this is a lot of plot for something we're not paying attention to at all.
He's been preparing to open the gate on
Malay Island.
Oh, I love that game. I always play as Falco.
the first time I ever played this series was the demo disc included with Code Veronica on the PS2.
I think that's how most people experienced it, I think.
Really?
The castle is above this cliff.
Yeah, because it's a new IP, right?
Oh
So-
yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like, not a lot of people would buy this, like, initially without really knowing what it is, whereas Resident Evil, everyone at that time already knows what it is.
Well, that's why
Sort of
Zone of
give
the
them a
Enders.
taste.
That's why Zone of the Enders was packaged in with Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear Solid 2 demo was patched in with Zone of the Enders, so people would buy Zone of the Enders for the Metal Gear Solid demo.
Not to get off topic of the game, but how is Zone of the Enders? Because we're selling, like, this box at this retail store I work at, and I was thinking about trying it.
Zone
like
of the
mecha.
Enders 1 is very much like a tech demo.
Oh, really?
It's not a very fleshed out game. Zone of the Enders 2 is really good, though.
Oh, because it's the HD collection. I think we had the box at one point, like a collector's box. I don't think I picked that up, though, but we still have the HD collection. I might pick that up anyways. Never really played a lot of Kojima.
This is Dante. We can jump with we jump with triangle. We swing a sword with circle. Square does nothing. It's like an action button. And then if we hold R1 and press X, we can fire a gun.
I'm the only person reacting to the hilarious faces on that yellow thing we got.
Oh yeah, the yellow orbs. This game has like a few orbs. Yellow ones are our continue system. Red ones give us souls, which we can buy new abilities with, and other stuff. And blue restores our double charge or whatever, and green restores our health.
Yeah, what a fucking rip-off from software.
Alright.
And also, one thing I noticed when coming back to play this game after playing, like, many playthroughs of 3 and 4, it's just the simple switch of the jump and action buttons, I believe. Just, I'm so used to the triangle being the sword, and using it for jump in this game just confused the hell out of me at first.
So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how much of Resident Evil carried over into this game's final stage, but you can definitely tell that the same people worked on both projects, because the environmental design and especially the music are very reminiscent of specifically Code Veronica. This game is Code Veronica out the ass. It even has in the music track the spooky ambient stuff with the like ghostly instruments that start playing like halfway through the song, which was done a lot in Code Veronica. I don't know why I'm doing this. I know how to play this game. Just pretending I don't, I guess. Also, we got a fixed camera here.
Yeah, I was about to say the camera work reminds me the most about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, that and this architecture.
Well, it's like a ghostly instrument for some reason. Yeah, well, the camera angle kind of has to be fixed because, you know, so, like, it was kind of a thing with action games, especially where, you know, we didn't want the players moving the camera around all willy-nilly, so developers were like, here you go, we'll do it for you.
Look at our work.
Yeah, because remember, for the longest time, too, games, even 3D games, like the N64, for example, you know, didn't have a second analog stick. So, for the longest time, even with 3D games, people were used to not being able to control the camera, and for whatever reason, the Japanese had a harder time adjusting to the fact that you could control the camera. I'm not quite sure why. It was,
Well, it's because
it has been specifically pointed out by Japanese developers that it took them longer to implement camera systems in their games because players were having a harder time with it than they were in the West.
it's because America's used to controlling the world, so they just like to have extra control.
Chaos control. Oops. Oh yeah.
Just be glad it's not running on tank controls.
Oh no, we need 45 red orbs, and if we don't, it takes our health. So, I haven't made clear my experience with these games. I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. I'm a big fan of hack and slash action games in general. I've played quite a bit of 3, played 4. I never actually finished 4 though, because it has it has as I'm sure you know, and I don't know how many of our audience know, it wasn't budgeted properly.
Yeah,
just because the second half of the game is literally the first half of the game.
Yeah, just backwards. It's such a... Like, I like the game for, you know, all its merits and stuff. The combat is surprisingly very deep, very fleshed out, and I'd probably say on par, if not just a little bit more advanced than 3, especially with the style switching that it introduced. Big ups to that. But the problem was, as you know, you were saying, the backtracking, and I believe it was a budgeting problem, as you were saying.
Yeah, and like I don't know if they ran out of money halfway through or what, because the amount of level reuse in that game isn't excusable.
Yeah, I think they were trying to push it out a little bit faster as more of a selling scheme.
It might be the fact too that you control 2 characters, like
right.
They didn't want to develop 2 totally separate levels to play to their strengths, so they decided to just use the same ones.
And then I go back and I read that Dante was supposed to have his own levels and his own bosses on top of everything else. Like, the weapons are cool, I'll give him that, but, you know, just a little more variety would have been nice, but I am willing to forgive the game in itself because I absolutely adore the style switching. I'm a huge fan of that.
I was actually too, like, I never liked Nero that much.
No?
No.
I started again. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't like Nero that much, because I didn't have a history with Dante. I started the series with 3, and then I played 4, so it's not like I had this 3-game, you know, experience with him or anything, but I just, I don't know, I was never biggest fan.
Yeah, I'm one of the, earlier ones. I did start with 1. I'm not quite sure if I went to 2 after 3, and 2 doesn't matter, let's not talk about that. Anyways,
yeah.
I actually started to get into Nero's combat a little bit more after, I forget what his move is called. I think it's like max gauge or whatever. You can charge your sword right after an attack. After you get the hang of that, it is insane. I love it after that. But again,
we've got enemies.
Oh, I love the
design. They have pizzas on their head?
And now the music ain't Resident Evil music, it's just buttrock now.
This is what I like right here. Oh, you're cool.
Bravo! Yeah, I haven't gotten super invested in this game, so I don't know how, like, I don't know exactly all of the stuff you can unlock, but I know that it's extremely heinous that, to start the game, there is no, as far as I can tell, there's no way to dodge attacks.
Oh, yeah.
The only way to kill things is to the only way to prevent damage is either to slowly walk out of the way or kill them faster than they can kill you.
I only played a little bit of this. I bought the HD collection a couple months ago. I totally forget. Do they have a dodge roll eventually? Like, lock on and then roll out? Yeah,
because Devil May Cry 3, like, you had to have a specific stance to be able to dodge roll and stuff, but you know, you could also parry moves,
yeah, you had to be like, more people would either Trickster or even Royal Guard, but I think for the most basic, I believe you had to be locked on and then you just sort of like flick your analog while pressing X or something like that.
Well, there was also the parry system, which is evidenced by the cool ass very first boss, where when he has got a giant scythe, and when he goes to attack you with it, you can attack at the same time he does, and it'll block his scythe with his sword, and it'll play a really satisfying sound, and the camera will get all jerky, and it looks really cool for a very unimpressive move.
Absolutely.
So let me get this straight. This was 2001, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, I know this is upscale because of the emulation, but I mean, hell, this looks great.
Yeah, you think? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks that great. And it's not upscaled at all. This is still 480p.
Oh, okay. I think this looks awesome. I love their dumb hats.
Shit. Yeah, like this feels. Oh, oops. This feels so much more sluggish compared to 3 and 4. Like.
Oh yeah, and the taunting was weird too. I think you had to. It's the shoulder buttons, and you had to use 1 for a single taunt or 2 for. Oh god.
That does a lot of damage.
Yeah. But yeah, the taunting in this game is quite weird, but.
What does taunting do?
It maxes out your... not maxes out, it gives you a little bit more of your double trigger when you unlock it, I believe. I don't think it serves any other purpose in this first game, it just sort of gives you more double trigger.
Yeah, I don't know about the first game, because I'm obviously not good enough right now to be taunting instead of actually killing things. But in the third game, at least, and 4, taunting would also improve your ranking. Like you know, we're on cool right now, and if you taunted, it would go up to B.
And plus, it was just simply like really fun to taunt in those games. Whereas this one, I think it's like really basic. He just sort of like moves his hands forward, as you saw in.
Yeah, he doesn't even have any lines for it.
Yeah, it's just a silent like, hey.
Yeah, he just.
Hey, I'm taunting you. Yeah.
Let's see if we can use. I want to go see if I can use that statue now. See if I can get any upgrades so far. I'm not quite sure if that doesn't activate until the second mission. That's also the weird thing about this one. It's also partly in 3 as well, where they give you like this big open. Like this game, you know, entirely takes place in this castle. So it's like you're going through one area, but it's separated into chapters instead of just letting you like freely roam.
Oh.
Also, yeah, I died. Yeah, it's really tough to do this without any, with how sluggish everything is, and without any dodge moves, and also I'm bad.
Also, I know it's, you know, the first game and all that. I just get so surprised at how fast the style of reader like goes right back down. Like you have absolutely no time.
Yeah.
If you want an A or an S, like you gotta make it like right there.
I can't remember if they had it in 3 or not, but also the fact that like you can't tell when it's going away.
Oh yeah, they had the meter in 3.
I don't think they had the meter in 3. I think 3 wasn't 3 where like it would like start like blinking if it was gonna go away.
I don't believe so. Maybe in the original version. When I played the HD version, it did definitely have the meter.
It got 100 orbs.
I'm not quite sure about the original. I'll have to go back and look, because I do have the original. I'm not. What's the word I'm looking for? That doesn't matter. I do have the original, very first PS2 version. I believe it was changed a little bit in the special edition, which is the most prominent version most people have, I believe.
Yeah, because that one lets you play as the cool guy Virgil. I started like. I found Devil May Cry as a series actually because, you know, when I was young, we like never bought games ever. We always rented, and we rented like a ton. Like we'd rent like every week or two. So you know, I'd go to the store and I'd find a game that looked interesting to me and I'd rent it. And it didn't matter if it was like the first in the series or like the third in the series. I'd just pick it up. So I saw Devil May Cry 3 and I rented it and I loved it. And so eventually I got the PC version, which, as you may or may not know, the PC version is notoriously
terrible,
crappy.
It's
awful. Oh, this one only lets us give them extra items. Okay.
I find.
I heard.
Go ahead.
I heard that the port for 4 is good.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up, like, 4 is like voodoo magic almost. Like, it's insane about how good it really is. And then...
Yeah, because...
Go ahead.
4 uses the end, because that's when Capcom started using their new engine called the NT framework. And the reason it works so good on PC, like why it ports so well on PCs, is because the engine is actually like basically what they do is they make a functioning PC version first and then port it to consoles.
Right.
Which is why all of their PC games are so slick. Which also is kind of makes the extra HD or whatever version of 4 kind of obsolete, because there's no reason to use the original runs so well, and in fact looks better than the console version. Although it does add stuff, though, obviously.
I just found it really funny, like 3 just being so bad. They really stepped their game up for the 4th one, so...
Yeah, because they outsourced 3. I believe Source Next also did 3. Yeah, so Source Next does a banana. I know we talked about this in our PC versions, but Source Next did XP versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3. And then when Capcom needed to make PC ports of Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry, they outsourced it to Source Next, and they made infamously bad PC ports.
Oh, jeez.
They were published by Ubisoft. The PC version of Resident Evil 4 notoriously shipped without a lighting system. It was just full bright.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I want to play 4. I just don't have the right PC for it right now. I have a terrible laptop.